So let's talk about healing, because I think as we begin looking at all of these different ideas and the layers, I mean, as I've listened, I think, oh, there's imprints and there's all of these things that can happen and so we can go into that place of, okay, well, now what? But in also in so many of the things that you've been sharing, there's also been a nugget of, a whisper of, and but if we only do this, if we can just acknowledge, if we can find a way to see, if there are these things that you've been sharing with us. So I really want you to expand upon that.
Healing. Yeah. Uh, well, first of all, what is healing? And who heals? It's really easy. Like if we cut ourselves, we can watch the cut heal. If we, fall and get a bruise, we can watch and experience the bruise heal. We have this notion about healing. And then we think about healers and I actually think that the forces at play in healing are way bigger than any one of us. I don't really look at other human beings as healers, but it's possible for us to experience healing in each other's presence. So, and one of the things is about healing, if you look at, we were just talking about differentiating. The act of differentiating is actually a healing act. If in our development we didn't experience differentiated adults, we grew up not knowing really how to differentiate it, and we're left to our own devices and our peers and stuff to try and figure it out as kids and teenagers. It's very confusing, who's who and what's what and who's what role. And so differentiation is healing. Co-regulation, baby, again, back to the notion of baby and mom skin to skin, their bodies balance each other. The experience of that balancing is healing. So, like my background is, it's been primarily hands-on work, polarity therapy, cranial sacral therapy, chiropractic, touch, body work, and working with the energies of healings. But so somebody would say, oh, Ray, you're a healer. I was healed in your presence. You healed me. But I don't see that at all. What I see is that somebody came to me so that we could co-regulate. Touch is one of the primary mediums for co-regulation. And most of us didn't get the kinds of touch we really needed so that our systems could settle and open and grow and get strong. So the experience of co-regulation is healing. It's not, and when I defined, some principles ago, some sessions ago, these talks, I said that the baby participates in the co-regulation as much as the mother. Now, if you look at that in relationship to healer and the receiver of healing, the person doing the hands-on work, and if you see that as a co-regulated system, then the person receiving the session in quotes, is actually participating in the healing of the practitioner as much as the practitioner's participating in it. You know, everybody is interdependent on each other to heal. So if you look at the mom and baby, we already said that in a co-regulated relationship, co-regulated system, the baby is participating in the co-regulation as much as the mother is. So now if you take that means the baby is every bit as important to the co-regulation of the other, of the mother, as the mother is to the baby. They're on the actually on equal footing, energetically and physiologically. And there's sensations that go with all of this experience. It's not, I'm not just saying something as an idea. All right, so now if you look at like a body worker or somebody you would call a healer, and the person receiving the touch from the body worker or massage therapist or whatever, the person who's supposed to be receiving the healing is actually participating in the healing and the co-regulation of that relationship as much as the body worker is. So what happens is that the body worker is being healed as much as the person receiving the session. That's actually pretty significant. All right, so now there's this notion that we have with bonding and attachment that there is a sacred hour or two after a baby's born, or the initial imprinting for that profound necessary connection between a baby and the mother, father, partner. Mostly we think about the siblings. Mostly we think about this in relationship to the baby and the mom. There's something that happens in that first hour, you know, and we look at the wonderful research of Marshall and Phyllis Klaus and John Kennel on bonding and attachment. So, and what we're working for is to support the secure attachment between the baby and the mother, and the mother and the baby. Secure attachment, baby and the mother, baby and the father, baby and the siblings. Secure bonding, mother, father to baby. That's what we're looking for. Okay, now, if we realize as grown-ups and parents that our kids are participating in our healing, and that as a family unit, we are participating in the healing of each other, it's a game changer. What extraordinary value do we give to our healers? In fact, we go out of our way to find them and pay them and whatever. We give high value to our healers. And what I want to submit to us, to all of us here, is that our children are participating in our healing. They are healers. As we are participating in theirs, we are healers. I can tell you that a child that grows up with the parent knowing that their child is bringing healing to them, the child that grows up that way knows how to feel valued by their presence, not just by what they do. Now, I'm going to go back to this notion about it's never too late to heal, right? Okay, because the notion is that there's a primary period right after a baby's born that is sacred and must be honored, and we need to do everything we can for moms and babies to connect with each other and to bond and attach. And it used to be felt that there's nothing that you can do about it, because if you miss that period, then it's missed. And I want to tell you that we've found that notion is not true. In the work in BEBA for 25 years now with families, over 280 families. We've found that true in our work with adults, in the small group work that I do with adults. I've occasionally, like, will have a parent and an adult sibling, where, you know, the mother of their adult child wants to heal the birth that they had, and they have a common experience where they can actually find their way into connection when they were separated or when the child was born. Common scenario, the separation. And so in the work, what we do, whatever the trauma is, whatever the separating factors are, we can sit down in the presence of the moment, connected to the feelings of the blueprint, of that settling, of that expansion, of that connection, internally and together. We do that and touch the memory of what happened before that separated us. We can actually not even have to relive the trauma, but we can actually find our way into a new co-regulated space around something that wasn't possible when those things occurred before. So the take-home point here is that it's never too late. It's never too late to have that change happen internally within ourselves. It's never too late to have it happen between ourselves. And it's never too late for it to happen with our kids and us with them. And it doesn't matter how old we are.